How many years has you served?
Like riding a bike.
No, not really. Tell me, this isn't about the girl.
Definitely, mostly not about the girl. Cold.
A little flavor? Sure about this?
No.
Hello and welcome to another day in paradise. Boy, what a night I had. I feel like I slept like maybe 5 minutes. I'm so tired. I wasn't able to get up for the gym this morning, which is very strange for me. But I've had a lot on my mind, and the YouTube video that I watched last night actually didn't make things any easier. I watched a video from Nakmizi. It's a difficult video to actually explain, but I'm going to show you a clip of it so you can watch it for yourself. There you go. Take a listen to this.
There was a guy in Haarlem with pit bulls. It was like it wasn't a junkie, but he looked like a junkie. But you know what he said to us? This is a nigger hond. So this is a nigger dog. Wow. Meaning, meaning, if you're a nigger and if I don't like you, I'll let my hunt, my dog bite you. Wow. Yeah. So I got bitten by a dog in Eindhoven. We went to Eindhoven. Sort of vacation. I got bit by a dog right here. German Shepherd. I was playing with my neighbor because she went with us. Play hide and seek. Mm-hmm. So I walk past the dog, nothing. So she was hiding. So I passed the dog one time, nothing. Then I passed the dog again. The dog bit me. So I turned around, and he was already on me, man. Right. If I didn't turn, he got me in my back. Mm-hmm. So he bit me here. 1 inch, I was paralyzed. My hand was paralyzed.
Wow. You know, it's crazy. I don't really tell a lot of people why I'm not going to leave and move to Africa. I have brothers in Africa, like real brothers, like real brothers. I still do work and I speak every day to my brothers in Africa, right? But I'm not ready to leave and then go there. The reason being is because I'm not going to abandon our people in the diaspora.
That's the thing.
You know, I can't do it. I'm a fighter. You're a fighter. I'm not only a fighter. We're also educators. We're motivators.
That's the thing.
You yourself are a you provide jobs for black people. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So we are needed here as well. So while our energy and our drive would be good in Africa, I'm not going to abandon my people.
So what do you think of that? And it really made me start thinking. Now, listen, I'm 43 years old, right? And I always, like my father and like my other family members, I always knew that I was destined to retire in a country where the population looks like me. Leaving the diaspora is no small thing. Okay, there is moving out, packing up your family, packing up your things, finding a place. But a lot of people are doing it, and they're doing it because They have the ability to do it. It's not difficult to find a house in Ghana that's affordable. It's not difficult to find a house in the Gambia. It's not difficult to find a means of making money, if not on the continent, online. So I want you to put aside all the practical things that you have been told that you need to repatriate to the continent, and I want you to think about what you are really doing. You are leaving behind the diaspora, and you're leaving behind all of the troubles that the diaspora, being a diaspora, brings in the wider diaspora, I should say. So that's a good thing, right? Yeah, it's good. It'll make life much easier for you. But what about those that we are leaving behind? What about the young ones who we are leaving to fend for themselves amongst these? I'm trying to be polite and diplomatic here. Amongst these not so very nice people. You know, when I was younger, racism was more like chicken and chips. You know, it was simple. It came at you full on in the face. You knew where it was. You could easily see what it was, and you had the means. There weren't cameras everywhere, so you had the means to teach people that you are to be respected. It's not the same anymore. Racism is a lot more different. Racism is a lot more sophisticated. It's a lot more covert, and it's a lot more widespread than what we actually thought. Who are we going to leave to teach the young ones how to fend themselves in a society if all of the soldiers have buggered off back to Africa and the Caribbean? It's a big question. It's an important one. And this gentleman who I've been speaking to online, Nakneezy, he's made me really think, because I've been around a while now. I grew up in the 80s in central England, and I also went through the battles that you heard that gentleman speaking about. I went through a lot of those battles. I had to fight. I had to run sometimes because I was being chased by a gang of boys that were much older than me from when I was 7, 8 years old. My mother used to bring me to school sometimes, and sometimes there used to be this young lady who used to take us to school. Lovely girl who just did it out of the goodness of her own heart. I saw her in the Tesco not long back, actually. I wish I could have just approached her and said thank you, but she didn't know who I was, because at the time, you know, I was much younger. If I could just write down some of the stories of the fights that I had when I was younger with racist cretins who are out, literally, you could tell that they were out for one thing. Literally, how sad is that? Pathetic. If I could tell you the stories, boy, I've told my kids some of the stories. It's fun. It's fun now that I think about it, but back in the days, you know, I was terrified. I was terrified as an 8 and 9 year old, but I held my own because I was in that situation where I had to fight for my survival. Literally, I had to fight for my survival, for my well-being. And the thing is that most of the kids today are never going to be in that situation. It's likely they'll never have to face that sort of trouble, you know, physical trouble, you know, because the racism doesn't work like that anymore. Everyone knows they'll get into trouble. Everybody has a cell phone. So the tactics have changed. What they do now is they eat away at your soul, little by little, bit by bit. And they know they can get at you in that way as well. And I think a lot of the people, a lot of the diasporans are leaving the diaspora and going back to Africa and going back to the Caribbean because of this reason. Because of this mental degradation due to racial battle fatigue. For me, I don't know. Like I said, I've been asking myself a lot of questions lately now, well, not lately, since last night, since I watched that video. And I thought about my history, I thought about my ancestry. And okay, like I've said before in other videos, okay, so I am of Akan heritage, okay, so I'm an Akan. Whether I am Fante or whether I am Asante, which one of the subgroups I am, I don't know, if I need to be honest with you. But I am an Akan, so it's highly likely my father's side came from warriors who were at war with each other, tribal war with each other, who got locked up together, forced to work as warriors on some farm in the West Indies, told by some little maggot where to go and what to do, who had a gun and a whip. And of course, as warriors, they didn't take that for much longer. And this is why Jamaica recorded the most episodes of revolt anywhere else in the diaspora, because the warriors just weren't going to take that. So after all these revolts, after all these killings, because obviously the warriors, once they escaped their captors, they didn't just leave the captors to stay behind and get more help to recapture them. No, they took them out. Part of my history and part of my ancestry that I'm very, very happy about. Now I have this blood inside me, and a combination of growing up in the West has battle hardened me to the point in which I could comfortably live where I am now. I could comfortably live in Western Europe. I'm not running from the diaspora, because the reality is life here in Western Europe, for many diasporans, I would say foundational diasporans, the ones that have been here since the 40s and 50s, especially those guys, I mean, life is a doddle for most of us. But this Nakmeezy 50 deep video, it really started me thinking I need to develop some other plan as well, because I will have my eldest son who will be left here in the diaspora. Yeah, he's a boxer himself. Yeah, he's a trained fighter. Yeah, he's 6'7", but he's still going to be left here in the diaspora to fend for himself mentally, which is different. You got to remember, racism is different now. It's not about what you can do with these. It's more about what you do with this. That is something you guys need to consider. It is something really important you need to keep in mind. What are your plans for those loved ones? Because you are going to leave loved ones behind, and for those other young soldiers who are going to grow up inside this society without their soldiers around them. What is going to be your plan to make sure that your history, experience, your battle experience doesn't just go to waste when you pop back to open up a tomato farm in the Upper Volta? What kind of a legacy will you leave behind? You need to leave one, that's for sure. Now, I'm not going to say that this video changed my mind and that I'm going to now stay in the diaspora so I can battle for the rest of my life. That's probably not going to happen. I've already battled long enough in the diaspora, I believe anyway. And like I said, I've got 2 elder children who are in med school, and although I would say that they've turned out on the more whiter side of their mixed heritage, because they're both mixed heritage, I would say they would still need teaching for sure. So I don't have any definitive plan, but I'm definitely going to have to formulate one. And I would say, if you are planning to go back to the diaspora, if you're planning to just go back for whatever reason, I suggest you have some sort of plan, some sort of way. You find out some sort of way that you can teach those who you are leaving behind. Teach them your stories, tell them your stories. Do whatever you can to make sure that your battles, your experience doesn't just go to waste. Definitely important for our future. I'm going to leave it there, but yeah, just wanted to clear my head a bit. Thank you for listening. I'm going to leave it there. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. I know that for some reason I've had 10 subscribers just pop out of nowhere, and I'd like to say thank you and hello and welcome, and welcome to the family. We're a small family, but you know, I think there is comfort in our nicheness, if there's such a word. So thanks for listening anyway, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Ta-ra a bit.